You guys are more psyched about this movie than anything else that is coming out in April. I know this from my very high-tech scientific poll that I posted on our YouTube community tab, but it was overwhelming. You are psyched about Sinners. You have every reason in the world to be.
Yeah, you've chosen wisely, children. It was worth the wait.
Listen here, this ain't no house party. Shit.
It's from Ryan Coogler and is a big, sprawling, ambitious, thrilling. Is it an epic? Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, it is depending on what format you see it on. I think Ryan Coogler intends for it to be an epic.
For sure, yeah. He shot it on IMAX 65 film, and if you're depending on where you live, you can see it projected on IMAX 70 film, but you can also see it in IMAX. You can see it in Dolby Atmos 70 millimeter film, like all kinds of options out there. But beyond,
how did you see it? Real fast, how did you see it?
I saw it in actual IMAX digital, and I have bought a ticket to go see it in IMAX 70 this week because it's where the film goes through the projector sideways.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah, the prints themselves are enormous. So very excited about that. And yeah, the fact that I have bought a ticket to see this movie again, spoiler, I loved it. So yeah, this is it's a musical and it's a period piece and it's a horror movie. And it all stars Michael B. Jordan as not one, but two twin brothers. It's they return to 1932 Mississippi after a stint in World War I, after running around with some Chicago gangsters. They have come home to open a juke joint. But things are never quite that easy. Along the way, they reconnect with old flames. They each have one, old friends, and they are kind of mentoring a young man who is very talented on the guitar. And over the course of one very packed 24-hour period, a lot of stuff happens, and it's all pretty thrilling. Yeah, this is the kind of big swing that you want filmmakers with clout to make. Like when somebody like Ryan Coogler has established himself with, he was the indie art house guy, and then he was the sequel guy, and then he was the superhero guy, and it's like, okay, when a studio comes calling to that guy whose movies have made like billions of dollars and says, well, what would you like to do? You want them to want to make this because this is very much not a sequel or a superhero movie. And it's way too sprawlingly ambitious and pricey to be an indie, but it is unpredictable and thrilling and rich with period detail, with character detail, with kind of musical history and the sort of ongoing power of music to uplift oppressed peoples. This movie is wrapping its arms around a lot, and the hands are touching. I think this movie's great.
I loved it too, and I do love a big swing like you do, especially when it pays off like this. Like we've had big swings lately with like Megalopolis, for example, which you want to love it when an auteur takes a big risk like that. And here, this really, really works. I mean, it's messy and it's overstuffed, but I never knew where it was going, and I was never bored. And it's really long, but it doesn't feel really long. Like it is an epic in terms of its time as well. It's over 2 hours long, and do stay through the credits because there is a hefty and significant coda that happens in the middle of the credits. So don't get up. Please stay for that. It's very important. I loved it, and it's from a craft perspective, it is impeccable. You have Autumn Arkapaw, wife of Adam Arkapaw, who's a cinematographer. Hannah Beachler is back as Ryan Coogler's production designer. The excellent Ruth E. Carter is back as his costume designer, like all people he's worked with along the way. Ludwig Göransson does the score. It's a totally different Ludwig Göransson score from anything you've heard before. He and Ryan Coogler are old friends from film school, and this just feels like textured in a way that's different from all the work he has done before. It takes a big swing in terms of the genres that it blends. And I know there are things out there that already spell out what is happening here over the course of this night. I kind of don't want to get into that. I would love for you to experience it. And I'm bummed that the second trailer gives so much of that away.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to go in because I don't ever watch trailers. Like I really had no idea where this thing was going. And it was a constant delight. And if you are going in for certain elements, it's like, be patient because this movie really wants to establish the world, really wants you to know who the people are before things start getting crazy. So, don't be champing at the bit. Let this movie unspool before you and go into this world. You'll find it really fascinating.
Yeah, I brought Nick with me, and he leaned over to me as it was starting, and he's like, I have no idea what this movie is about. I'm like, oh, good. I'm so happy for you.
That's the best.
And because there are so many twists and turns here. But I will say that the genre turn that it takes, what's happening underneath here is definitely saying something about, what it was like to be Black in the American South in the 1930s, right?
Sure.
And so it is very, or now, right? And that's part of it too, the relevance of it now. But what is happening here, the threat that exists here, is not merely for thrills and chills. It is saying something meaningful about the American experience.
Yes.
And I thought that was pretty artful, pretty ballsy, and pretty bold and artful at the same time. It takes these incredible anachronistic twist. I don't want to give away, there's one incredible sequence in the middle of the movie at this juke joint that the Michael B. Jordan twins have founded here, where it like transcends space and time in ways that are totally dazzling. And either you're going to go with it or you're not. But he had laid the groundwork, as you said, for this world and for the transcendent nature of music, the transporting nature of music, that I went with it. And it was just a delight over and over again to see where he took this conceit.
Absolutely. Yeah. I was sitting there thinking, oh, this is a bold gambit, but I think it all pays off. And I remember when we were not the biggest fans of Megalopolis, so there were people like, well, I mean, we should just admire the fact that Coppola did it and that he put his own money into it and yada yada. And it's like, yeah, you can admire the moxie of making it and trying something different than, not making a movie that's IP or whatever. But that's not the same as like you did it and it's great. And this one is great. And this is, I'm going to say this is the best film I've seen in 2025.
I would agree with you on that. Yeah. In terms of, we talk every time about how does a movie achieve hitting its target, right? Like, here's the target. How close did you get? He got there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He really got there. And how often are we surprised? I really loved it too. Both Michael B. Jordan performances are charismatic and swaggering and distinct. And we've seen so many movies with people playing opposite themselves, right? Between Mickey
From
17, Mickey 17, the Alto Knight. The special effects here are seamless as far as him playing opposite himself and creating two very distinct characters and these identical twins. The use of the music is thrilling. Wunmi Mosaku is excellent as always and brings such depth and heart and soul to it. Everyone's good. Delroy,
young Miles Caton, I think we really need to mention.
For sure.
They're making his screen debut.
Yeah, he's great.
He's a musician. He toured with, I would say, HER.
Okay.
Or is it her? I don't even know.
I think she's her.
She's her. Okay. They're her. Whatever. Was part of that, tour, but plays the sort of, young guitarist through whose eyes we experience most of the action here. And he is such a natural, like just on camera and completely secure about it. And you absolutely want to follow this kid into all the things that he's experiencing for the first time. And this is a 24-hour movie, this is one day in the life of that changes everything. And it goes into so many different things about the ideas that it wants to explore. And so often I feel like, we want to praise movies for being ambitious and for trying things, but very often those don't pay off. And I'm so in awe of what Coogler does here, because he is fulfilling all of these ambitions that he's trying to get to. And he is saying things about all of these different topics that are interesting and makes them all germane to the film. So, I I'm so excited about this movie. I can't wait to see it again.
Yeah, it's personal, but it's also epic.
Yeah.
And like there's an enormity to it, but there's also an intimacy and a warmth and a texture to it. Like it's so beautifully shot and it moves so well. Yeah,
and
I love it
can take these little human moments along the way, so it's not just all flash and dazzle.
Oh yeah, oh for sure. Yeah. Anyway, we're just trust us. It's really good. Just take our word for it. There's so much we want to say that we can't say. But go check out Sinners. It is in theaters now in a multitude of formats and platforms, as you said. So Alonso, what's your number then?
Let me say a 9.7. I think it's a triumph.
Yeah, I would say 9.5. Yeah, for sure. So go see Sinners. It's out this weekend.